Hey everybody, I'm Jason Creel and this is the Lawn Care Life. Today I'm going to show you my first experience using the battery powered string trimmer. Now, you know, a lot of the power tool companies are getting into the lawn care equipment, and that's a good thing. As I go to these trade shows, I see more and more companies developing battery powered options, and I've even talked to a friend of mine who, you know, has a full-time lawn care company, and he says they've switched over and started using a lot of the battery powered equipment. Now, as the technology improves, the batteries last longer, and one of the new companies that's getting into the lawn care industry is Milwaukee. I've got the opportunity to try out this Milwaukee string trimmer. Actually, this is a multi-tool that comes with other attachments. I've got the edger, the hedge trimmer, and the pole saw. I want to try those out later, but I wanted to try out the string trimmer. This is my first test of the product. So you see here it runs off the M18 battery, so it goes, you know, there's a lot of other power tools and things. So if you're already using Milwaukee power tools, then maybe something you look into. But what I'm going to do today, I want to test it out. This bank is kind of grown up, thick grass, and then I want to show you try edging with it, flip it upside down and edging a sidewalk. One of the problems when you edge with a string trimmer, some of them do not perform very well upside down because of the way the fuel, it affects the fuel. So, you know, it shouldn't be a factor with the battery powered string trimmer. So anyway, looking forward to seeing how it performs. Let's give it a shot. As you can see, the grass is pretty thick here, and it's pretty thick along this bank, but we'll see if we can knock it down and see. This will be a good chance to test the power of this trimmer. All right, so initial impressions, I'm actually impressed with the amount of power it has. I talked to somebody else, and they weren't using Milwaukee, but I was asking them, you know, how long does a battery last? And with a different brand, I honestly don't know what brand it was, but he said they last about 30 minutes. So this was the guy I was telling you about that uses it in his own lawn care business. So in that situation, you know, you got to have several batteries to take with you if you're out doing yards. But for a homeowner, you know, a lot of people can have less than 30 minutes trimming on their property. So, you know, one battery would be sufficient. So it depends on what your application is. But yeah, pretty good power as far as trimming on that bank with some taller grass than what you're gonna have as you're just trimming around your house or whatever like that. So anyway, I'm gonna take it over here and edge this sidewalk up. The grass on this property is still not very nice, so it's not gonna be a perfectly clean edge, but I want to flip it upside down and see how it performs. The other thing I want to talk about is the head on this thing. As I was bumping the head to feed more line, you know, I'm a big proponent of the speed feed heads. This is not a speed feed head, but it functions the same way, meaning that you can feed the line through it and then just twist the cap to wind it up. So I really like the head. It fed the line well when I bumped it, so that was very good to see. Let's go ahead and do some edging on the sidewalk. Now that's a little different because usually I turn it off when I'm walking and shooting a video, and then you have to crank it again, so it just kind of takes a little getting used to, not having to pull a cord to crank the trimmer back up. But I'm gonna edge this. You can see the sidewalk. If you take a look at the sidewalk, I mean, it's not, you know, this is not gonna be a great clean edge. Plus, it's springtime and I'm a little rusty on my edging, but let's see if we can make this look a little better. Sure that sidewalk's been edged in 20 years, but mostly knocking the dirt back off of it. I think what I want to do, I want to put some of my 095 diameter line. That's the diameter that I usually use on the trimmer. So I think I put some heavier line on it where the line will hold up a little bit better, and you know, and then test it out. But anyway, obviously, like I say, without gas in it, you can flip it upside down with no issues as far as that goes. It does have a very nice, comfortable handle. I like that. Feels like the weight's distributed nicely, not too heavy of a trimmer. I don't know exactly the weight on this thing, but overall impressed with it. If you're not like we're shifting totally away from gas-powered engines, in my opinion, overall as an industry, but there is definitely a movement and a growing market for the battery-powered equipment. So anyway, check out the Milwaukee. You can check it out, especially if you're already using some of the other power tools. It just makes sense to get the equipment that fits with your current battery powered system. So I'm gonna go ahead and hook up the edger attachment and clean up that edge with the edger. I know a lot of you guys have a preference on whether you edge with an edger or a trimmer. Sometimes it's easier, once you get it established with an edger, then it's easier to maintain with a string trimmer. So anyway, we'll clean it up with this thing. just saw me pull the edger backwards. Obviously you don't edge backwards, but sometimes when you can't see the edge, it's so overgrown with dirt in that situation, I'll find the edge where I can see it and then pull it backwards to try to get some of that dirt off of there. Now, like I say, once you got an edge established, then it's easy to maintain it. It's just first time like this when it's grown over with grass and got dirt caked over it, sometimes you gotta establish the edge. So, all right, you can see the edge there after using the edger, and that'd be very easy to maintain later on. Hopefully get some nice looking grass growing in here, and then it'll be, you know, something that'll be worth edging. Overall, I'm very impressed with the amount of power on that, both as a trimmer and an edger. So if you get a chance to try them out, or just try out the battery powered equipment in general, I'd encourage you to try it out and just, you know, give it your thoughts, see how it is, and compare it with the gas powered equipment. And again, I'm curious to see, put this thing to test and see how it works as a pole saw, hedge trimmer, the other attachments I have, and to see how long the battery holds up in these given various functions. Thanks a lot for watching. I'm Jason Creel. If you haven't done so, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I got tons of other videos out there, and look forward to hearing from you in the comments. Are you already using some battery powered equipment, or are you considering using that? If so, if you are using that, I'd like to know what brands you're using, what your thoughts for or against battery powered equipment. Love to hear from you in the comments. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Bye.